It is now time for us to enter the tourney grounds and see exactly who we are going to be up against. Obviously, we're going to get a bit of an introduction here first. I do have my cleaver, and if I am going to be using it in this tournament, then I think we'll have a, well, somewhat easier time. Welcome back to A Clash of Kings 7.1 Reformers, and I am going to be speaking to one of these guys. Never you mind who I am. Hello, Acrobat. You're doing a very good job right there. I suppose I should speak to this guy. Name's Josmin. Don't mind Jeffrey. He's too proud to mingle with the likes of us. Brothers. Bah. Yeah, apparently. Okay. Well, let's actually have a look here. Castellan of Ninestars. Ninestars less close to... okay, yeah. Okay, so the Castellan. We need to go and speak to the Castellan. Ah, my lord. I'm looking for the Castellan. I've brought a gift and a letter from Sir Clifford Gower. Oh, well, I'm the Castellan of Ninestars, so you found your man. Sir Clifford, you say? By the seven, we haven't heard from him in years. How is the old rogue doing? Oh, never mind. How would you know? You said something about a gift and a letter? I doubt Rowena can even remember Sir Clifford, not with all those great uncles of hers taking up her all her time and attention. Sir Simon's father had 7 brothers. Can you believe that? Boisterous and arrogant, the lot of them. Well, here's the letter and the gift. I'm kind of surprised I still have it, considering all of the adventures that we've gone on so far. Anyway, thank you, Elias. I do appreciate it. The young lady will surely enjoy this gift. The ring is an old family heirloom. I'll make sure she receives them right away. Say, while you're here, you should take a stroll around the grounds. A great many merchants and moomers have camped outside the walls, and they're sure to provide a great spectacle and much merriment. I'll do that. Good, good. Do stay around for the tourney, won't you? Will you? Yes, great. We haven't had as many visitors as we hoped. The mountain clans have grown wild, and many knights and lords have decided to stay in their keeps and holdfasts, rather than risking the roads. It was different when John Arryn ruled the Vale. Then those vile savages wouldn't have dared show their face until they had 10 times the numbers we do. Well, the Vale do have some extremely good archers, as we may or may not know at this point. Alright, so I'll ask you to stay around, visit the tourney grounds and the merchants' camps. Right, well, I suppose I could do that. Hello, there's a bard. He's not doing anything. And I guess we can speak to these guys? These are some merchants here. I could speak to this guy? Yeah, doing nothing. Silent brother. He's doing nothing as well, of course, because he's silent. It seems like there's not much to do here, to be honest. It's kind of cool, though, that everything here is set up in such a way. I mean, you can clearly tell the passion involved in creating this mod. Anyway, we are, I think, going to go over here, because these are the only other tents in the area. I think that would probably make sense. I don't know whether there are going to be any people to speak to, though, so I suppose I will just exit. There we go. You notice a great spectacle down by one of the pavilions. A man-at-arms, a young squire, and a knight with a surcoat showing 7 black stripes and 9 stars are beating a young man, while a young woman looks on, a horrified look on her face. Moving nearer, she runs to your side, asking for your help. It seems the knight fondled her, and the young man, her betrothed, protested. That is when the knight hit him in the face with a steel gauntlet, and the man-at-arms started kicking him. Suddenly the squire turns around and yanks the woman away, taking hold of her hand and breaking her wrist. You decide to hit the squire and attack the knight and his man-at-arms. Yes, that is exactly what we're going to do. As you start brawling with the men, guardsmen from the castle come running over to break up the fight. Before they arrive, you manage to take a swing at the knight and hit him right on the nose. Blood spurts forth, but in the meantime the man-at-arms has managed to get his club ready and hits you in the head, causing you to fall unconscious. Once you wake up, you notice a dim light and a moldy smell. Opening your eyes, you realize you're in some sort of dungeon. It feels like your head is being invaded by an army of aurochs, and your body is blue and yellow, covered in bruises. As you get to your feet, you hear voices outside the locked door, and trying to stand upright, you wait for the man outside to enter. Alright, so we're in the, so it's Alan again. Hello. Elias, what were you thinking? The knight you attacked is Sir Raymond Templeton, Sir Simon's youngest uncle. What a mess. The man is infuriated. Let me ask you this, Elias. How good of a fighter are you? I can hold my own, kind of. Doesn't say much, does it? What a vague answer. You're a guest here, Elias, and an unknown one at that. You struck a relative of the Knight of Ninestars outside his own castle. Sir Simond would be in his right to cut off the offending hand, but Sir Raymond was never his favourite uncle, nor is he a friend of mine, so it's been agreed that you will be judged by someone other than Sir Simond. As it happens, I will be one of the 3 judges at your trial. Very good. Then why are you here? Why indeed? Sir Raymond and I have never been fast friends. To tell you the truth, I despise the man. However, the other 2 judges are his brothers. I am the Castellan of Ninestars and a Knight of House Tollet. My word carries weight in these parts, and I will urge the judges to be merciful. However, you struck the youngest brother of the 2 other judges, so there's a risk you'll wake up tomorrow without a hand. There is another option, though. Tell me. You stand accused of assaulting a relative of the Knight of Ninestars. The judges will be unlikely to look upon your case with favorable eyes, but if you demand a trial by combat, you will be able, or may be able, to prevail. So I ask you again, Elias, how good of a warrior are you? I see. I see. I don't know. Yes, sleep on it. Okay, that's exactly what we'll do. As soon as Sir Alan leaves the cell, you fall into a dreamless sleep. You're woken by the call of a rooster, and soon enough the guards come to fetch you for the trial. As the guards escort you to the Great Hall of Ninestars, you notice a mass of noble lords and ladies. The knights attending the tourney, their wives and companions, their squires and attendants, all have turned out to watch the trial. You can hear whispers, snickers, and quiet conversation, but have no way of knowing whether they're directed at you or at Sir Raymond, who has already arrived, wearing a doublet of yellow and black, and sporting a red, swollen nose. As you make your way towards the dais where the 3 judges are seated, you see Sir Alan smiling at you, but the 2 other judges scowl as if a nasty smell has followed you into the room. Sir Emric and Sir Arek Templeton, twins by the look of them, both have the look of warriors, broad shoulders, thick necks, and flat bellies. As the trial begins, the judges ask if you have anything to say. You decide to demand a trial by combat. The hall immediately erupts into chaos, with knights and squires shouting, ladies gasping, servants clapping, Sir Raymond and his 2 brothers seething, and Sir Alan favouring you with a big grin. The guards look confused, unsure of what to do, until Sir Alan calls for quiet. He declares a request for trial by combat within your rights, and that the gods will surely look upon the righteous with favour. When Sir Raymond asks if you will still lose a hand when he defeats you, and if decides to accept your yield, Sir Alan decrees that the loser will receive 50 lashes. When the guards gather around you to escort you back to your cell, Sir Alan tells them to stop and instead brings you to his chambers. As the guards escort you to the Castellan's chambers, you notice some knights nodding their approval of your actions. It would seem Sir Raymond is not well liked. And you make sure to take off all your clothes as you enter his chamber. No, we're not going to go there, that's for sure. Elias, did you see the look on Raymond's face? That bastard got a surprise there, no doubting it, or no denying it. But can you defeat him? I admit I know nothing about you, except for your ability to hit knights right on the nose. Are you a knight yourself? Yes? No. I'm going to say no. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Do you have your own armor, sword, helmet, horse? Well, either way, I would be honored if you'd let me provide all you need. During the trial, did you notice how some of the knights and ladies seem to approve of your request? Sir Raymond is not well loved, and there's been stories. Peasant girls have complained before. Either way, I think that not only the small folk, but a great part of the nobles will be on your side during this fight. I suppose so. Do you know the rules of trial by combat, Elias? The fight ends when either party yields or is killed, or when the accuser takes back his accusation, or when the accused declares himself guilty. You'll need to either kill Sir Raymond or force him to yield and withdraw his accusations. Very well. I don't imagine there's much more to say. The trial is tomorrow. I suggest you get some sleep. Sir Raymond was never a great warrior, but he's not unskilled either. I can only hope that they're actually going to give me some decent armor, because if they don't give me decent armor and I'm going to be up against a guy in full plate, we might have some problems. Let's just be honest. As you lie down to sleep, you ponder how to defeat Sir Raymond. Soon, however, sleep overwhelms you and suddenly dawn has arrived. Once again, the rooster wakens you, and Sir Alan arrives with a servant carrying a plate with 2 sausages, 3 fried duck's eggs, a piece of new bread fresh from the oven, and a large piece of blood pudding. When you finish, the servants present you with the armor provided by Sir Alan and helps you don it. He explains that Sir Raymond has asked for the trial to be fought on horseback, both of you starting with lances, and fighting on foot should either of you be struck from the saddle. Too soon? The servant tells you that the time has come, and you both descend the stairs of the keep and begin walking towards the Tourney ground. As you reach the Tourney ground, small folk surround you. Grizzled old farmers shake your hand, and young peasant girls kiss your cheek. Young men pat your back, and a septon pushes through the crowd to bless you. You climb over the fences separating the tourney grounds and the surrounding fields. On the opposite end of the field, Sir Raymond is standing ready, holding his weapon. Alright, so let's do this. It's going to be kind of tricky because they're going to give me a horse, they're going to give me a lance. I am actually feeling pretty good about this, actually. In the stands surrounding the tourney grounds, knights, nobles, ladies, farmers, and merchants are gathered. A septon is summoned to deplore the Father above, to give strength to the righteous, and judge the men about to fight justly. A herald blows a trumpet, the signal to fight, and you tighten the grip on your weapon. Let us charge. Alright, so he's actually... No, we're not actually fighting on horseback, and I have been given some armor, so I'm actually kind of... I think I'm kind of, well, let's just say I'm kind of confident that I will be able to defeat him. As you can see, I've actually done some pretty amazing damage so far. Kind of surprised. Yep, there we go, he's dead. And then we stumble. Of course. And then we stumble. Alright, hello. Are we done? Yep, we're absolutely done. Alright, we have defeated Sir Raymond Templeton. As Sir Raymond falls to the ground, the stands erupt in cheers and the small folk surrounding the tourney grounds shout your name. Blood leaking through his armor, Sir Raymond gives a final sigh and then breathes his final breath. Exhausted yourself, you motion for a servant to help you get out of your armor and back into some comfortable clothes. Suddenly, Sir Alan appears at your side, taking hold of your arm and dragging you off towards the woods. Still groggy from the fight, you can't make sense of what he's shouting, but then he points towards the castle gates. There, Sir Emric and Sir Arek are mounting their horses and grabbing swords, obviously intending to avenge their little brother. Sir Alan leads you towards the road leading towards Snakewood and tells you to make haste before the brothers can catch up to you. As a final gesture, with a broad smile on his face, he hands you a small bag filled with clinking coins. "I bet a good amount on you defeating Sir Raymond, and figured it was only just you should have your share," he says. And he's given us, wow, he's actually given us 1,300. That's actually a pretty sizable amount. Setting out, you make good speed towards the safety of Snakewood, but the brothers are mounted on fine horses and they know the woods much better than you do. Soon you can hear them coming up behind you, and you turn your horse around, ready to face them. Let's do this. Alright, so we have actually gained a whole bunch of agility, by the way. We gained 2 agility from this quest, and we also gained 34 renown or something like that. So that's pretty awesome. I'm actually going to attempt to... I was going to attempt to oh, actually, he stopped here. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I'd actually like to stab him if at all possible. Yeah, there we go. That was some nice damage right there. Yes, Stormlander Vanguard. Very good work. Very good work. I'm very glad that he's actually helping us. Brendan, Brendan, you're running in very bravely, but maybe very foolishly at the same time. And there it is. Wow. This weapon is really fantastic for thrusting damage. Absolutely. Very, very good. Anyway, I believe that's it. You hide the bodies of Sir Emric and Sir Arek in the woods, hoping that they weren't followed by anyone from the castle, but not before looting their bodies. Then you turn back towards Ninestars to mask your tracks in case men are sent after you. Alright, so we're actually looting them here, and as you can see... yes, this is exactly what I want. Alright, so obviously this is actually a really nice weapon. It's just got no swing damage whatsoever, and it can't be used to block, so it's obviously not the best. So we're going to be swapping that out, and I'm going to be taking all this stuff as well, cheap Dornish wine, and so on and so forth. And then we do have a bastard sword, which technically I could use, but personally I'm not going to be using it. I will probably give it to one of my companions or something like that, maybe Brendan or something. And otherwise we are going to be using the great sword, because let's face it, look at how good it is. It's really nice. It's still got a decent amount of thrusting damage too. Alright. So there we go, we looted them, and now we can continue. Alright, so that's it. That's it. The tourney at Ninestars has been completed, and that is basically all for the quests that we currently have, with the exception of the dealing with looter quest, which is, well... oh, Is that him right there? Look at that. There's Simon Templeton. Yes, that fellow. He's right there. And yeah. Well, he's obviously not going to be too pleased with us, but maybe he doesn't mind so much. Maybe he doesn't mind. Anyway, I'm actually thinking that maybe we should go into the old cave here and have a look what's actually going on in there. Let me see if I can do a task. Technically, I could do this task. I will hunt him down and execute the lore. Technically, I could do that. Where do I need to go for that, though? That's the issue. Stony Head. Is that very... Oh, that's not even far away. That's pretty good. What about the old cave, though? Ah, okay. Mountains. Oh, wow. Okay, yes. That's definitely something that we're not going to be doing right now because, well, we don't have a task to actually get in there. Now, that guy is around here, so I'm going to just go in here real quick, and we're going to try and find the suspicious man. And I don't know why I spawned all the way out here. Ah, it looks like I found him. There he is. Okay, I'm going to get out my greatsword in preparation. This is wow, this is a pretty amazing weapon. Really glad that I was able to get that. All right, hello there. Do you have stars in your eyes? I'm not entirely sure, but, well, whatever the case. Drop your sword. If you're innocent, you have nothing to fear. Yes, okay, so let's see. Yes, execute the law, I suppose. All right, so I'm actually going to let him pull his weapon out. And we're going to see whether I can actually beat him, you know, in one-on-one combat. I think we can pretty easily, because he's obviously not wearing the best armor ever. But anyway, we did lose a little bit of relation with the village here, and so I'm actually going to speak to the village elder. Oh, the wife of one of our farmers was taken by bandits a couple of days ago. The man is distraught. We cannot pay you. Ah, well, I don't really mind. 500 coins. I would take the ransom money and bring back the wife. Okay, sure, let's do it. That's actually really nice for us, in my opinion. That's going to be super good for us, in my opinion, because we're going to be able to do that pretty easily. And the bandits are near Finger Market, which is over there. All right, so what we're going to do first, how much time do I have? It's apparently unlimited, so I don't need to worry about it. But anyway, we're going to go over here. And we're going to take a look and see whether I can find Sir John Linderley. There he is. That's him. And we'll just speak to him about his task. There we go. I found him. And I'm going to say I can't accept the money because I've got a pretty decent amount of money right now. So I think we should be okay. And we're going to gain some honor from that as well. Because if we obviously are doing a little bit of these kind of tasks and things like that, being able to get honor is going to be very important going forward, because that can make a lot of people, and I'm talking about vassals here, a lot of people respect you, and as a result, they will be much more likely to have high relation with you without you even meeting them. So it's a really good idea to do that. Anyway, let's go close to Finger Market and see if we can save the wife of one of their farmers. Why are they why are they in the ocean? why are they in the ocean? Okay, well, whatever the case, as you can see right here, 25 coins added to our account in the Iron Bank. That's kind of the reason why I kind of just left 1,000 in there. Basically, what I want to try and do is earn maybe about 10,000 or something like that, and then put that in the Iron Bank. But obviously, that's going to be quite far away. All right, so I think I have figured out how to get to these bandits. Basically, I just went really close to the edge, and I just kept clicking, and it kind of got me in there somehow. I used the speed boost thing, you know, the control plus space thing, because sometimes if you do that and your game lags, which sometimes mine does, when I actually use the speed boost thing, then you can actually kind of lag your character just a little bit, just so you can actually get to a person before they get into a particular keep or something like that. So sometimes that's a really good way if you're chasing people. And in this case, because it's a bug that these bandits are standing in out in the middle of the ocean, it's kind of the way we did it. Anyway, here, take the money. No way you release the woman first. This is kind of a more advanced version of the other quest. All right, there we go. Yeah, this is going to be problematic because this is apparently a naval battle. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to do this any good, but we'll see. I do have a greatsword, so maybe I can just use that. Maybe I should use my greatsword. Let's do it. Oh, I'm so bad with this. Look at my proficiency. Oh, it is so incredibly low that I am the slowest person ever with this. But it's okay, because we're doing massive amounts of damage, which is exactly what we want to do. So let's just continue doing this, because we really don't want to lose people. Oh, there's 2 sides? Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even know there were two ships against us. That's actually pretty bad. But I guess we'll just have to deal with it, whatever the case. Whatever will happen, will happen. And, oh, that guy's stuck in the sail. Oh, there's another one stuck in the sails. They're hanging out. Yeah, I had to. I'm sorry. Yes, that was, oh yeah, that's not too good. Anyway, point is, we are absolutely slaughtering everyone, and we're getting our proficiency up, which is pretty important, because as we go forward, I'm probably going to be using a two-handed much more often, especially in siege defenses and things like that. When the time comes to actually do some siege defenses, then we're probably going to get that going. Let's see if I can just slice at their legs a little bit. Slicey, a little bit. Alright, so yeah, I think that's actually it. We did lose a couple of people, but that is to be expected, obviously, because we were in a kind of pincer maneuver right here, and we were the proverbial contents of the sandwich. Anyway, I think we're good. They're going to kill him. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we're done. Fantastic. Alright, so we actually gained a pretty sizable amount of loot from that quest that is going to be pretty good to sell, and among them, we actually found this thick chainmail. Actually really, really good in my opinion for a fight against bandits. I think that's pretty awesome. I'm going to actually be wearing that, because as you can see, I was wearing 3417. This is 4312, so I lose a little bit of leg armor, but the body armor is really good. And we did get some axes, but the axes are not that great. We also gained some battered chainmail, which I think I'm actually going to be giving to some of our companions, but I'll do that off screen. Anyway, we're here at the village. And there you go. I can't wait to see my family, my sisters and mother, even my husband. Ah, yes. I'm sure. Anyway, let's meet the village elder. There we go. 5 renown and a little bit of extra relation. And now we are in positive with them. So that's fantastic, because I really don't like having any village in a negative unless I know for sure that I'm not going to be recruiting that particular faction's units. So, for example, in native, if you want to raid a village or something, then make sure you raid a village that you don't care about. Like, if you're going to be playing as the Swadians, don't raid any Swadian villages. That's kind of obvious, but, you know, it's pretty good tip, I guess. Anyway, the point is that I'm actually going to ask you right now. I'm going to ask you a pretty important question. Which faction should we join? Because the Westerlands is pretty large right now, and I have never joined the Westerlands ever before, so maybe it would be an idea to join them, and then as we progress through the game, maybe you know, gain some additional renown and things like that, you know, through battles and so on. Maybe it would then be an idea to leave, you know, with maybe some fiefs in tow, you know, might be an idea, and then maybe, just maybe, resurrect the North and the Mormont clan, because obviously we've already lost Lord Commander Mormont, so that's not particularly good. But anyway, maybe that would be an idea. So kind of like betray the Westerlands a little bit later on, and then see what happens then. And also the Targaryens. Obviously we got to think about the Targaryens as well, because we have helped them in the past, but there's just so many different ideas swirling around in my head right now, so I have no idea what we're actually going to be doing, but there's just a couple to think about. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.